Greetings, guys. Back at you with another video. So tonight I wanted to talk about the karmic shift. I know you're probably like, what's the karmic shift, Ori? Well, the karmic shift is when someone who's carrying negative energy or bad karma, knowingly or unknowingly, enters your life and transfers their shit onto you. Now, this could come from sources such as family, friends, lovers, business associates, clients, associates, and acquaintances. Some people throw stones and hide their hands, dragging you into their fucked up situations. They'll expect you to be loyal to situations they cause behind the scenes. You'll take on their enemies as your own just because you want to be loyal, thus taking on the same karma they're getting. Now, if you're sleeping with someone who's out in the universe causing karmic shifts due to their lower vibration, they'll link up with you, and now your money stops, opportunities evade you because you're tying yourself to someone moving wicked. You gain enemies just because of who you're attached to or associated with. You think you're being loyal, and they have gained an accomplice to their fuckery. This can occur a lot within spiritual groups or just friendship groups, associates or whatever. It's like within spiritual groups whose main goal is to attack and block others. You think you found a tribe. Now you're defending someone's fucked up behavior just because you believe in their teachings or words. Now you're sending out shit that will only be returned to you. It's low-key like gas stalking. Now, within family situations, it can occur through generational cycles, sometimes known as generational curses. When you don't peep game on the unhealthy patterns in your bloodline and fight to shift it, clearing the generational karmic cache. Your family could have a history of just real unhealthy patterns, and sometimes within those family situations it's hard to break yourself from that because you become outcasted, you become the black sheep. But it's like some of you are put in this situation to actually clear this karmic cache so that you don't have to keep bearing the burdens, and so that the generation that comes behind you won't have to bear those same burdens as well. And so sometimes we just have to allow ourselves to change, to shift, no matter how much ridicule and judgment we receive from our family members. Because if not, we'll just keep up that same karmic shift, and it'll be shifted onto our children, our children's children, and so forth. Another way is like, say you fuck around and do business or link your business to someone who's grimy or underhanded. Now your brand is associated with someone who's not right, and it bleeds over into your business, blocking clients, customers, or just making you look unstable. Some people don't move right in business, they just are very underhanded. And a lot of the times when you're starting out fresh and other people see your potential, because you have to understand that some people see your potential before you do. So what they'll do is they'll try to get their hooks in you and some way associate their business with yours because they can see you have a certain clientele or a certain attraction. And they don't have that because their energy is not right. It's all about energy. It's never personal. It's always energy. And sometimes your energy can be personal too. So maybe I should correct myself on that. But it's like you link your brand or something to someone and they not even moving right. They can have a gang of enemies because they've done wicked shit to people, especially in the spiritual business. You get a lot of that, like spiritual workers who out here moving grimy, and they may see you have a certain vibe or frequency, and they want to attach their shit to yours, but all behind the scenes, they doing wicked shit. And then you being overzealous or just excited to have a tribe or have some people fuck with you or acknowledge you in the spiritual realm or in the business realm, whatever realm you're working within. And then now you attaching yourself to them, and then you wondering why you losing clientele, you losing subscriptions, followers, and whatnot. It's because you've attached yourself and your brand to people who aren't even right. Now, I want to move backwards a little bit to when you're sleeping with someone who has a heavy karmic cash. Like this person, and we see this a lot within relationships where people choose to start a new relationship before they moved on. And you'll start a relationship with somebody that's just out here fucking around, doing a gang of shit, gaslighting, triangulating you between other lovers, and you don't even have no idea what's going on. You don't even know that the person you sleeping with is out here maybe speaking bad on you, or, telling other women or men about you in such a negative light that now you've gained people who have a negative perspective of you, and you ain't even met these people before, right? So now people in this generation I've seen have an obsessive culture when it comes to love and relationships. They'll do anything to be with somebody sometimes. And so what happens with that is you'll link up with somebody and they got a whole lot of shit going on behind the scenes, and now you've gained all these enemies and from people you don't even know, just because of who you're choosing to sleep with or be in a relationship with, all because this person hasn't left a situation in a healthy way, has sat behind the scenes and maybe played the victim, like, oh, they're abusive, they're this, they're that, and the whole time you don't even have knowledge of any of this. But that's what some people do when they're manipulative. So you have to be careful with who you're laying with. That's why they have this term now called karmic partners. And karmic partners aren't only just women. Karmics can be men and women. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be careful when you trying to holler at somebody and they still in a relationship, but they telling you the relationship is messed up, but they not leaving, or and it just doesn't feel right. You gotta follow that. And another way, I want to go back again to the friendship aspect of it, because sometimes you have friends who are the perpetual victim. Now, these are people who fall out with every friendship group they're in, but it's never their fault, right? It's never their fault. It's always the other person's fault. But then you start to notice that they fall out with not the same people, but they fall out with people for the same reasons over and over again. And then you see subtle little signs of ways that you don't really get down with about this person, and you start to want to gravitate away from this person. So you can see that this person has a karmic cycle where they go into friendships, relationships, and they play the victim, and they do little sneaky shit, behind the scenes. These is like frenemies, haters that don't like you per se, but they want to be up under you to absorb something from you. And so you got to be careful with that, because it's a lot of people out there that's always a victim, but low key they be the cause of their own demise. So you got to be careful with that. You got to be mindful of what associations and groups you're tying yourself to and your energy signature to, because a lot of people just ain't on the same vibration as you, whether it's good or bad, and you just don't want to be tied to everything somebody else coming with. Now, it's like when this type of shit happens, you got to step back and look at where you are on your journey and see if this energy is conducive to what you're trying to manifest in your life. You don't want to just drag people onto your journey because they look a certain way. They got that look, but they don't got the walk. Maybe they got the talk, but they don't got the walk. And so it's real important that we recognizing these things now so that we can stop repeating the same cycles with different people, you know, and not always tying guilt to wanting to disassociate from shit that just don't feel right with your soul. Because a lot of the times when you're growing, things seem cool, but then when you get to this certain level, you realize that this is just something you don't want to be a part of, whether that's friends, family, business, whatever. So it's just really important that we pay attention to those things right now. And don't feel like you have to stay within something to not seem fake or disloyal. Because sometimes people be passing their karmic shit to you because they tired of holding it on their own. That's that misery loves company shit. So really got to be mindful. So yeah, just be mindful of who you're linking with. You'll get those intuitive nudges in the beginning of the situation, so follow it. Don't let your loyalty or infatuation with a person or situation lead you, you know, into something or just some bullshit, period. You know, just be mindful, yo. So that was the message, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I love you so much. Sending you love, peace, and balance.